The Communist Party must be officially recognized, and he proposes only to lay aside his weapons, not to disarm. He has come to negotiate, not surrender.
It is the words that came from his mouth which I could never forget to the end of my day. He said, as between you and I, he said, you are anti-communist, I am a communist. There can never be coexistence. I will always carry on with my communist activities.
Behind the scenes, the British are anxious that Tunku may give in. But he stands firm, and at noon the following day, the talks break down irrevocably. Chin Peng goes back to the jungle. He will fight on.
谢我们无罪，意思要放下武器投降。那我们坚决做不到，打到一个人都要打。
我们就这里一条咯，就是跟他打到底了，打到合理承认马共。
Tunku returns to Kuala Lumpur without a peace deal, but the independence train is unstoppable. And on the 31st of August 1957, Tunku joyously proclaims that Malaya is a free nation at last.
Merdeka! Merdeka!
I will never forget the word Merdeka shouted by Tunku. And we felt that we are a different country now, we are free.
On the very same day, Tunku withdraws his amnesty offer to the communists, and in their jungle camps, Chin Peng's foot soldiers denounce him for selling out.
Merdeka waktu itu bukan merdeka sesungguh habis segala-galanya, tak. Dia merdeka setengah separuh. Dipegang oleh British juga waktu itu. Di belakangnya ada sokongan British lagi, tak cukup lagi.
Tunku already achieved the independence, so what are you guys still doing, you know? What are you still fighting for? You are going against the Malayan nation.
Then when we got independent, they still fight us. So where's the logic? You know?
这样的独立来讲，权力还是在人家的手，还是英军准是10多万军队还在那个时候，你独立有什么用啊？
As the cheering fades, Malayans must face up to the reality that these hardcore communists, battered though they are, remain resolute. Special Branch Officer Yun Yuet Leng knows he cannot yet hand in his badge.
I never thought about independence when it actually happened because I was busy collecting intelligence. Day and night I was working.
For the security forces, there is unfinished business. It is time to launch Operation Ginger. In 1957, Malayans have little time to enjoy independence. The emergency has not ended, and the war goes on. So, in January 1958, the new Malayan government unleash what they hope will be the final offensive to break the communists for good and track down the man who murdered High Commissioner Sir Henry Gurney. It is called Operation Ginger, and it will make use of the black arts of secrecy and deception, codenamed Q-Ops. Special branch officers will masquerade as communist insurgents to penetrate the last jungle camps.
Q-Ops actually were more successful and planned in greater scale towards the later years of the emergency. We knew so much about communist organization. Almost everything about the leaders, the way he lived, his friends, the way he walks, the way he talks, that we could impersonate. There was a lot of risk, no doubt, but they were all calculated risks.
Top of the list for the Q-Ops men is Hugh Ma, the communist who led the team that killed Sir Henry Gurney, the High Commissioner. They have narrowed the hunt to an area near Ipoh. But Hugh Ma has slipped through the special branch net countless times. Then his luck runs out. One of his bodyguards spots a pamphlet offering a reward for his boss, dead or alive.
One of the bodyguards came down the hill on the pretext of getting supplies for the 3 of them. So he came to Special Branch in Ipoh. 2 bodyguards had planned to kill him for a long time, but they were not sure what would be their fate if they killed him.
Disguised as a rubber tapper, Leong grabs a bicycle and heads into the jungle with the bodyguard. A second bodyguard is waiting in the camp with Siu Ma.
At the foot of the hill, I rang the bell, and then the guy on top shot him.
The announcement that the notorious Siu Ma has been killed is a triumphant climax to Operation Ginger. By 1960, hundreds of die-hard communists have given themselves up. Attacks have virtually ceased. Most importantly, Special Branch is able to report to the new Malayan government that all the communist commanders have fled to Thailand. It seems that the war is at last over. It is time to proclaim to the world that Malaya is at peace.
Victory Day dawns bright and clear. The focus is on the federal capital, where celebrations begin with the arrival of His Majesty for the big parade. On this triumphant morning, Malayans of all races are gathered not merely to watch the massive review. With gratitude and pride, they come in their thousands to pay tribute to the men who bore the brunt of battle.
The price of winning Malaya's war on terror was a high one, and it was paid in blood. By the end of the 12-year-long undeclared war, at least 11,000 people had been killed. Jubilation was inevitably mixed with regret.
You cannot erase this overnight, you see. So many of all these incidents are deep down in my mind. And for me to be happily saying, oh, it's all over, let's forget, and forgive and forget, no. Forgive also no, forget also no.
People should look back, what the sacrifice had been done by security forces, by the overseas soldiers, armies, the Gurkhas. There are hundreds of security forces who have been killed, hundreds of civilians have been killed. I never will forgive, because I saw a lot of death.
And 50 years later, this sense of loss has still not diminished. Every year, veterans from all races, from all over the world, gather at God's little acre to commemorate those who gave their lives to win the war on terror.
During the emergency, I did everything I did the way I did, taking all the risks and everything, because I believed that there was no solution except to form a multiracial nation.
The communist rebels failed to stop Malaya developing into a vibrant and wealthy independent nation, one of the tiger economies of Asia. Today, Malaysia remains a diverse and challenging society. But the harsh experience of the emergency, the undeclared war, provided an education in putting differences aside and working together in pursuit of a common goal. The emergency was the crucible of freedom.